Does this remind you of anything today in Singapore and today's culture?
Fidget trading.
I was gonna say that. I was actually gonna say that.
Okay.
No, seriously, that's what they reference to. It's Adobe trading.
Yeah, real ones now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Communicators, episode 13. Today, with me, your host, Fami, as always, and with me are.
Hi, my name is Kristen,
I'm Nikki.
I'm sorry.
and all three of us are from the PFP Design Cluster.
And I'm from Applied Chemistry. And in honor of National Day, I have decided to give you guys a quick run through and have a little discussion on what jobs were like back in the days when Singapore was still under the British colonial rule. And if you haven't noticed, it's a bit different from what it was like back then. Singapore has changed a lot, and we can try and look at some simple comparisons between then and now.
Okay,
Yes.
sure.
Awesome, okay, lovely. So we'll be talking about firstly businessmen.
Okay, businessman.
Okay, and so businessmen back in the British colonial era, where Singapore was still under British rule, most of them were traders. It was a mix of Europeans, and generally there are a lot of traders that came to Singapore for business. Like we have the Malays, the Indians, the Bugis, the Arabs. A lot of people came to Singapore because Singapore was a very ideal trading port because of its position from Asia to Europe. And so the British came and colonized Singapore, and well, not colonized, but they tried to partner and take advantage of that port specifically. And so a couple of examples of businesses that occurred at the time, and they're mainly traders, trading and traders. So the traders, some of them were Europeans, and they built things like agency houses. And agency houses were supply houses of sorts, and they could store a lot of things like woolen goods, cotton goods, spices, and sugar manufactured all the way from the West. And in Singapore, they'd be repackaged and shipped to other areas of the world. And also in Singapore, Western traders could market their produce and their items to Asian merchants. So there's a lot of business, and even the Arabs, Arabians, Arabs?
I think it's Arabs.
Arabs, yes, the Arabs. They also did business in Singapore with the Europeans and Asians alike. Because that's what Singapore was back then.
Yeah.
Very,
Diversity, wow.
yes, diversity, just like
Okay.
today. An example of one of these would be a man called Girthy. He co-founded an agency house with another guy called James Scott Clark. And Girthy, along with a few other notable Europeans, specifically British Europeans, they were responsible for why Singapore became the port that it was back then, because of how much business that they established in Singapore. Another thing is there are also Chinese Peranakans. So basically Chinese who grew up in Southeast Asia. They have Southeast Asian culture and they're surrounded by it. And so they tend to be they function as translators for these businessmen because, British speak English and Asians don't speak English. So
At the time.
Yeah, at the time. So they needed somebody to communicate between the two.
Okay.
And so these guys came in and helped. But they ended up setting up their own businesses along the way of just, they decided, I don't want to be the underdog anymore. I'll be the big guy. So that was a lot of how trade worked back then, especially in the business. And I just want to turn the discussion to you guys. Does this remind you of anything today in Singapore and today's culture?
What, like trading?
Yeah, like the types of
Fidget trading.
I was gonna say that. I was actually gonna say that it reminds me of fidget toy trading, but there's no Singaporean related.
Wait, it's fidget toy?
Like there's those memes on TikTok where they do like fidget toy trading, and then there's like cancel, add, and confirm. So they trade Nido, Nido squishy and Bata squishy, and then if you don't like it, you add.
I see. I have never seen those before.
What? It's so fun. You need to be chronically online on TikTok to understand.
I thought I was.
Seafood boil.
No,
Seafood boil trading.
seafood boil
Yeah,
trading.
they moved it to seafood boil where you had to add like.
Oh yeah,
and the
I
shrimps.
saw. I actually want to do that. That actually sounds so delicious.
Okay, wait. So the whole thing is basically you try to trade what you have
Mm.
in a meme way. Like, imagine you have like a squishy, you put it there. You want to trade with the other person, so like they would like give you another squishy or something like that.
Mm.
Then if like whatever they give you is not enough, you have to
Add.
add more. You have to add more.
Yeah,
I see, okay.
it's like a adopt me trade.
Okay.
Seriously, that's what they reference to. It's adopt me trading. Yeah,
Real ones now.
exactly.
Okay, well that's interesting. And so you can just go onto the live stream and then a bunch of people can ask for like what they want.
It's more of like just a meme on TikTok, not really a live stream.
Okay.
Content.
Yeah.
Oh, actual content. Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, I see. Interesting. Oh, because what you're talking about reminds me of like the live streams where they like ask people to like put in stuff into the bowl. And it's like a bunch of it's also not Singaporean.
Yeah.
But then
Is it like the beads or something?
I think it's beads, like notebooks and stuff.
I know what you're talking about. I know what
I
you're
love watching
talking
those videos like giving ASMR. Yeah.
It is the ASMR
Mhm.
ones, and then you organize it into like the package.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And
But I don't really like correlate anything to like trading in Singapore. Like, what do you guys think?
I feel like nowadays it's not really like popular.
Yeah. Carousel.
Carousel.
Maybe. Yeah. But other than that, no.
you want to say that into the mic? Oh.
Carousel.
Let's go!
Yay.
Also.
I mean, but I do still see like trading shops kinda. Cause near my house there's a shop where you can trade things. But I don't think anybody goes there to trade stuff. They just go there to buy things. So
I feel like going on to Sari's point, like my idea of like trading here in Singapore, like you know those like shops where they bring in foods from America, like Takis and everything. Maybe that's kind of like trading because you're trading from other countries.
Yeah, that would kind of be it.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Mhm.
right.
So maybe that's one.
So it still exists in Singapore, basically.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. Yeah, it's really Singapore is still like a hub for a lot of things, and basically the people come
Mhm.
from all parts of the globe, and they bring their
Yes.
culture, and so they share it with everybody else. You know, that kind of thing. So thank you for your
Yes.
example. Yeah. Yes. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. SGFR.
Yeah, that one, that brand.
Yeah, it's like where
Oh,
they sell the
SGFR.
prime,
Yes.
prime, all those stuff.
The prime
yeah.
bottles, Takis,
like
and they sell
KSI
the
stuff.
Dubai mochi chocolate.
yeah, like the YouTuber stuff and
Yeah.
American candy.
Yeah.
Feastables.
They sold Feastables?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
It's everything American inside.
Why not Feastables in NTUC? So I guess you can find that there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it. It's not so special anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you want it in a niche area?
Yeah, I want to be
Okay,
niche. I want to
okay.
be special like you guys. I tried Feastables and I'm in Singapore.
Well, I mean, everything there is so expensive though, so I don't think it's worth it. Like one Dubai chocolate is like $8.
$8.
Not worth it.
Is it even good?
I mean, it's mostly expensive because they had to bring
The
it from other
Kofa.
countries.
Nikki's brother has.
Oh,
the-
yeah, let's not mention
Chewy,
that, let's not
chewy
No,
Dubai
I
mochi.
bought from Nikki's brother before. He makes a Dubai chocolate. It's really good. It's only $4, I think, or $3.
Oh, I'll contact you after this.
Oh,
Basically.
I don't know if he makes it anymore though.
It's okay.
Oh no.
We'll figure it out, you guys. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, there's still a lot of business going on in Singapore, as it seems.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, bringing in a lot of products from overseas and still selling it in Singapore and distributing it in Singapore. And some parts of that business aspect still carries on till today, like decades, centuries later.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. And it's really not that surprising because we're still like a business hub of sorts. We're still a
Yeah,
port,
definitely.
but it's not like the seaport that we used to be. It's more of
Like
a,
fishes.
not,
They used to trade fish, right?
I think so, yeah. Fish and agriculture.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, agriculture. Like, if you think about it today, you don't think of Singapore for agriculture, right?
Mhm. No space, no land.
No space, less than 1%.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. Think about it. And thank you. And now we'll move on to the next part.
Okay.
I will be talking about laborers. And so, laborers, they mainly do manual labor. Example would be like moving stuff in construction sites. And so back in the day, that was very relevant and very needed. And so because of that, we have male coolies and Samsui women. And just for a bit of a refresher, male coolies were the main laborers in Singapore, and they were mainly Chinese immigrants. You'll find out even the Samsui women, they're also Chinese immigrants. And so the coolies specifically, they tend to do a lot of hard labor. They tended to do a lot of hard labor. And so some of the stuff they did was part of agriculture. They were in the construction sites, as laborers tend to do. They were involved in shipping, mining, and even rickshaw pulling. And so specifically rickshaw pulling, they earned quite little, and they had to do so much work because they had to push around Europeans like throughout Singapore. Yeah, and they kind of weren't treated the best. So not only were they getting little pay, but they weren't under the best working conditions. But they still came to Singapore because they wanted to get a better life for their family. Because I believe around the time was just a lot of impoverishment, and that forced them out of their home country. And then moving on to the Samsui women, they were also female laborers as well. Shocking today, if you think about it. And some of their most popular work was actually construction sites. And it was quite popular to see them in there. They wore like red headgear, and I believe this is a blue dress, but they mainly wore red headgear. And their main job was to carry like 2 buckets of cement, and they'd like tie both buckets to both ends of a stick, and then carry it on their shoulders.
Oh, okay.
They'll just like move around the construction site, like transporting concrete. Oh, cement, not concrete. They also came to Singapore because they were looking for better lives for themselves, and they wanted to support their families. They wanted to support their families back home in China. And a lot of Samsui women actually came from the Guangdong province in China, which is also interesting, and also one of the sources of their name. It's from the specific dialect there, if I'm correct. Yes.
I think so.
Yeah. And yeah, they came to Singapore when they were working here as early as when they were teenagers, actually. They were, really young. And so they do all this hard labor just to make money for their families back home. So do you think the lifestyle of these laborers might still be something that you see in Singapore today? Not to the extreme.
Of course. I feel like you can kind of see that in like migrant workers.
Ooh.
How they come to Singapore, and they come to Singapore to like support their family, to get money and stuff.
And I mean, like, it's definitely more different compared to now. I feel like they're not really overworked as much as before, but there's still like some instances where like migrant workers, like there's like this Straits Times article where they're not getting paid enough, and like their employers like not giving them rent due or whatever. So I guess that goes hand in hand from the laborers before and today. So yeah, I do feel like Singapore needs to work on that.
Well, that's a fair point. Do you have anything to say?
I feel like we still see like a lot of male doing the labors. Maybe not females anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like they're more towards domestic,
Oh yeah,
like domestic
I was gonna
helpers,
say that. I was
rather
gonna say
than
that.
doing actual like those heavy
Carrying
lifting
the
stuff.
cement.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of domestic helpers like from the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. And I think we discussed this like during English in our class that they are also kind of overworked. They only have like 1 day off, which is on Sunday. And they have to do everything like cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children, and they can't even see like their children from back home. But they have to do all these things to, like what Sari said, support their families.
And it's, as you said, it still carries over because they just have to sacrifice so much, and they came to Singapore still. The immigrants back then and the immigrants now, they came because they want to improve their ways of life, and even though they don't get to spend so much time with their families, they still show the sacrifice. They still do what they're doing. It's quite interesting. In Singapore and immigrants, I guess it's hand in hand because a lot of how Singapore built itself up is because of immigrants and people coming to
Yes.
Singapore because they wanted to do better in life.
Mhm.
I'd say. When it comes to the Samsui women, you'd say it's kind of a good thing that they're not working so laboriously.
I mean, like, domestic helpers do have like food, shelter, and a place to stay, and also they still have their own autonomy. Like, they have the ability to like go outside, like and have their free time. But I think it's just the fact that it's kind of hard for them not to see their families because they're like miles away, and also they have to be a second parent to a child they don't know, and like they have to like raise them and also like learn what the family likes, like how they like their sheets done or whatever. It's very tedious, and I guess like even though like both the women before and now are like different, I feel like they still do have their own struggles.
What do you guys think?
I feel like you can still take into consideration how it can still being a maid can still be like enjoyable because you still have like lifestyle and stuff. Where else with like some Samsui women, it's really tiring and carrying like buckets of like cement on your back every day.
So you're saying the physical labor is a lot more back then than now for Samsui?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. How about you?
I feel like whatever they said is true, and I feel like they already said what was on my mind.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, obviously there's still a lot to be done with immigrants, as there is, but we can see that the jobs have definitely looked a bit different, specifically for the women. The
Mm.
men, the men, yes, agriculture still not a thing in Singapore anymore.
Yeah.
But the roles you can see there's some similarities specifically for the men than for the women, not so much. But then of course they're immigrants. They should get more proper care and proper treatment, and that's what Singapore should be aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, so those are the two that we've discussed, and I'd like to ask you guys: is there any observation that you have about being exposed to just a bit of what Singapore used to be back then? Is there anything that you've noticed compared to now that is worth noting?
I feel like there's a pattern, like sacrifice. With trading, you're sacrificing your items, and with jobs like the Samsui woman, you're sacrificing yourself. Like you're doing it for your family.
I think other than labor work, I still do appreciate how there's still like a lot of representation of culture in Singapore. Cause I think we recently went to Chuchet, which is related to the Peranakan culture, for our design course. And yeah, there's still some aspects there, and it's still like reminding us how important to know Singapore history. Like, I think to this day I don't know what like Swansea women do, and I didn't know they carry cement. So yeah, I think what you're doing is like a really good representation.
Yeah, I didn't know they existed until now.
Yeah.
I only knew about the Coolies because that was what we were taught.
Interesting. I mean, there's so much to learn about history, especially Singapore, because there's so much like development condensed into such a short time frame. So there's genuinely a lot that you can go into, especially in your free time, if you can. In your free time too.
Yes, please read up on Singapore's history.
Yeah. And as you said, sorry, you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah, like before this, I only knew about like the Sang Nila Utama and the tiger.
Oh yeah, the guy who found Singapore.
The founding brothers and everything.
Oh, I see.
And then they saw a tiger but called it a lion. So
Because the description, like Siri said that they saw
Stripes.
stripes. Which lion has stripes? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe it was a hot day. They were just and it was like,
Maybe,
I can't
probably.
see.
Oh my gosh.
Please give me a tiger, please. I want a tiger. Well, that's interesting, yeah. So, as you guys have said, there is a lot in history and there's a lot of importance to go back into Singapore's history. And yeah, sacrifice. You're talking about sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice. yeah, because Singapore sacrificed a lot to get to where it was today. And it's so different back then compared to what it's doing now. And like we're talking about the Samsui women, like you don't see that anymore. Like those are like a thing of the past, and it's been like what, almost 100 years, I'd say. But it's pretty interesting. So yeah, Singapore's come a long way, and a lot of sacrifice has been made in the process. And it's important to remember and take note of what has changed in society. Yeah. But yeah, that is it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you so much for
Thank you.
Thanks.
and thank you so much for watching today's video. And do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our
Yes.
channel for more episodes. Once again, I'm your host Fami, and with me are.
Kristen.
Nikki.
Sorry.
And thank you for watching.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye. Bye bye.
Two, three. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I forgot.
Anything?
It's like the
Say girl.
A few moments later.
Did you know that 99% of the viewers aren't actually subscribed? So I think it's time to hit the subscribe button. Subscribers.
Oh, like 27 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, sorry, not my target.
Oh yay! It didn't feel like 30 minutes at all.
I felt like 10.
Yeah, exactly.